Are you ready? Let's get it. Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Talib from the Brother Talib Show. I'm here again. I'm back. I know I've been away for a little while, unfortunately, dealing with it, stuff and a little bit of this and that. Family, I had to go to work, do the regular mode of things. But again, to get into everything that I'm here for this morning and taking out my time. I haven't gone to sleep yet, just came from work. But I got to get this out. I got to do this, And before I actually get into it, I'm going to open up with the dua that we say when we open up, to do a religious talk. It starts. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجمعين. Oh Allah, protect us from the likes of the shaitan and give us guidance upon the path of this deen of al-Islam. And, in your name only that we praise and give thanks and follow and thanks and praise to you for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the following of him and his family and his companions. So, basically what I'm here to do is a reaction video. And the reaction video is based on one of the gentlemen and, brothers from the Afrocentric community, YouTubers, well-known YouTuber known as Dynast Amir or Prince Dynast Amir. And he does the Uhuru, show or what have you. But basically, I ran into a video, sometimes I get his posts still because I subscribed to him before when I was following him. And the video is based on is black, which is the topic, is black Muslim leadership silent about African genocide in the Arab world? And basically that's it has, can be any kind of way to look at that and you bring your own perspective of what you think about that. Of course, number one, just so we clear, I am Muslim. I am a Sunni Muslim. I follow, or even better to say Sunni Salafi, meaning I follow the path of Islam according to the Quran, which is the only book, and there's no others, clear word of Allah that has been preserved in the tablet in the book form as we know today. The Quran, which is the revelation, the last revelation of Allah. I follow that as a Muslim. I follow his prophet and his last messenger, final messenger, and his name is Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the son of Abdullah. That's what ibn means, son in Arabiya. And I follow him, and his guidance is known as the Sunnah, which makes me a Sunni. You have another major group, they call themselves Shia. Now, they follow Islam, but a lot of them are even broken up within their own group, the main group, Shia. So many broken up parts of it too, sects, as we say. And they follow the likes of Ali being, which is the cousin of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which was one of his companions, of course. One of his Sahaba, as they say in Arabic. And those people, it's a long story to get into, but I'm not going to get into it here. But that's what Islam, we follow it, and I'm Sunni. And as far as saying Salafi, that means following the path of the Salaf. The Salaf was, like I said, his Sahaba, as well as himself, the Prophet. And why is because all the deviant sects. So we adhere back to the origin of what Islam was through their path, through their guidance. We stick to and cling to their word. And the scholars of today that are still living, as well as those who died recently, and especially the scholars that we know about, they inherited this knowledge and they preserved it in books, as we know as from the Hadith, or we know from their statements and books that they made off of Quran and Hadith. Ahlul Hadith, Ahlul Athar. Ahlul Hadith and Ahlul Author. The author is the people of narrations, and Hadith is the book, is the word of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of the Prophet, his statements and his actions. So that's what we follow. Now the nation of Islam, we say the nation of, that they don't really follow Islam. So, and why? Is because they don't follow that. And they might take pieces of it. They might accept certain pieces, but their follower, the person they follow as their leader, is not Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam of the and brought the Quran. They follow the Master Fard Muhammad, and they say that, and they have other understandings of him, and they speak about Elijah Muhammad, which is, they consider him, he's like the prophet, an apostle for them. And they just do a lot of different stuff that has nothing to do with how Islam really is. Now stuff is mixed up. As a guy, you're going to hear and speak about how the nation of Islam has come to be today with Farrakhan and following him. So Islam, Nation of Islam is not Islam, and they're not Muslim. And I have to say that, if it bothers those who are, and then it was so forth, I understand. I'm not trying to harm you. I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm just stating facts. Because one who says they're Muslim follows these teachings and these precepts and this guidance. And that's what makes them a Muslim. They have to believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When you take Shahada, which is bearing witness that you are going to become a Muslim, you say, I bear witness, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I bear witness there's no deity worthy of worship except Allah. And I bear witness that Muhammad, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And I bear witness that Muhammad is his slave and final messenger. You understand? So this is what it has to come with. It's not, supposedly honorable Elijah Muhammad, and Fard Muhammad. No. This is not Islam. Again, I'm going to say it again. So now that is clear. Okay, so Islam, true Islam, frees itself from them. And any other of these groups that proclaim they're Muslim and they're following, they don't adhere to those precepts, articles of faith, 5 pillars of Islam. The Shahada is the first. The praying Salat 5 times daily. Okay, and paying zakat, paying charity, fasting in the month of Ramadan, according to the Prophet's guidance, not according to Master Fard Muhammad or Elijah Muhammad or Farrakhan. Okay, and Hajj. To where? To Mecca. Yes, so to the Arab land. Yes, to Saudi Arabia. That's right beside the Red Sea, right across from Africa, because at one time it was all one place. And most of the people there are black. So you want to get into the black stuff. We're going to get into that. It's a little bit too much. It's getting extreme. And you call us extreme, call the Muslims extreme. Our people are extreme, getting extremely emotional and caught up into too much emotional backlash. Is stuff of things that had happened, the trauma that we went through, slavery, slavery mentalities that we still traumatically being or enacting it. It's like we're children that got beat back in the day, and then now they're acting out as an adult because of all the trauma they went through. I understand. It's a sad thing. But I'm at this point, and you see me I'm a little bit emotional, but I'm a little more firm, and you might say I'm harsh. Okay, you can say that. But the thing is that I'm kind of like getting over. It's like it's just a bit too much. It's like my cup is running over, as they say. But anyway, I'm gonna get into what I'm here. This is a reaction video. I don't want to keep talking and run the time up. So basically, I'm gonna queue up to what the guy that was speaking on his panel, and there's other guys that speak on the panel with him, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm just touching base more on what this guy Chief Kamari or Kamari or whatever like this his name is, and he used to be in with the Nation of Islam, and he learned under them and did the original teachings other than what Farrakhan later did. And he said he did it when he was a teenager, 17 years old, I think 16, 17 he entered. But anyway, he came up in it, and he was very firm about himself and being a Nation of Islam person, NOI and what have you. I think he got into the Fruit of Islam or something. But he turned away from it because of the stuff that he saw, the contradiction, and how Farrakhan, he felt he lost his faith in Farrakhan and whatever. So he went away and left it, and now he's into Afrocentricity, Pan-Africanism, whatever it is, and just trying to be like a lot of the people have been trying to be black nationalism, whatever, trying to be more focused on just people of color, African descendant, and that's it, and everybody else can go to hell. And that's just how, forgive me, but that's just how it seems like. It's like we're the center of the world now. It's just like, it seems familiar. Like that's what the Europeans were doing, right? Other people, it seems like all these different nations of people become very nationalistic. That's what nationalism is. That's what it does. That's what it turns out to be. That's the results of it. You get blinded and you think you're the only nationality on this earth, that the only ones at the top, the only ones who have this, the only ones that should have this. But that's why Allah took what we had away from us, right? Yeah, and you don't believe in him. But the proof is in the platter. He says he will debase us for what, and I'm going to get into that. That's a whole nother video. Okay, so let's get up to this point. First, I want to touch base and show what I'm just kind of tired of too. And, this is how people seem to still want to be following this way. And I'm going to touch it. Can't touch it anywhere else. I've been on other platforms, whatever. You got to walk in pins and needles. But this is what's going on. And this is what is still going on. And we go from America with this stuff, and now into Africa. So we're really raising ourselves up. Okay, let's show what we're raising ourselves up to. Okay, hold on, let me get it, and then we'll go into it. This is his video, Dynast Amir's video. Okay, here. Now that's where it starts at, right? But I'm not going to even get into more of what they showed. He showed others, and because the reason why is because he was trying to get the guy who was supposed to be starting out in his panel, Chief Kamari or whatever, and they were having technical difficulties to get him in. So, and for reasons of Allah knows best. Allah protects his belief, and I'm one of them. I'm just being a component of it right now. I'm going to defend my faith, and that's what I'm doing, inshallah. And people will come to know me, even if many of you don't watch it or don't subscribe to me, which I pray you do, because you can get a lot more better knowledge about what Islam is from brothers like me, and people who want to try to give you the truth and want to be giving you a balance in it, not the waywardness, showing you wayward of how I am, or if I was a Muslim like that, and just not showing you barely any Islam, and all you see is me doing the same thing you doing, and then my Islam only shows when I choose to. No, and then all Muslims that are too extra, and they want to come and harm you or something, or they're just what y'all think of us to be, jihadists and terrorists and stuff like this, crazy stuff, foolish and stuff that is going to take them to the hellfire. And they don't even realize. That's why in Saudi, when these people commit these wrongs, they try to turn them away from it and teach them before they go to the hellfire, because they're still their Muslim brother. They be wayward. Their minds are gone. They lost touch of what Islam truly is, because they was misguided by people who came with this type of ideology. Okay, but that's a whole nother story too. But now let's move this thing on up and get to where I want to start at, which is, in a minute, give me a few seconds, I'm almost there. Oh, wait, not too Okay, let's start from here.
Mr. Farrakhan rich and push his agenda.
Okay,
Um,
let's
so
let it just
it's just
run.
disturbing that to see what's happening with the Arab world, how they didn't teach about the trans-Saharan slave trade, the East African slave trade. We were taught that these Arabs are our brothers by the faith, and to see what they're doing, how they're massacring our African brothers and sisters and committing genocide throughout the Arab world is very disturbing, and we want.
Okay, real quick. Now, this is where I want to basically make sure that that these sources and wherever they're coming from, that has to be clarified. So, any of you who watch this video and hear what he's saying, that this brother is saying, Kamari, Chief Kamari, or whatever, he's talking about the massacres and this. He's saying massacres. Why do we don't know? Why isn't it on the news? Why don't we know that there's massacres going on? Like massacres is killing multitudes of people, not just you know individual situations. Like maybe a group, maybe a small group of 2 or 3 people, 5 people, but like close to almost hundreds. Really killing a lot of people. Close, well, I mean, you say like over 20, 10 or 20 people. That's a massacre. You kill a lot of people like that at one time. So we need some real good sources. I mean, then they say Dynast didn't want to even show the videos. You should have showed some of those videos, bro. I want to see this evidence. I need evidence, so then I will definitely talk against it. I'm all for that because I'm all about justice. And if these brothers are doing or was doing what y'all saying and y'all talking about here, I want to know, and I want to know how to get to them. I want to know how to communicate with them. I'm not gonna go there because I don't have money to go there like that. Unless you're willing to pay me to go there, and I'll travel there and I'll say something to these people. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning I'll get the people that I know that's in those lands that Arabic, that speak the language, and that we communicate and give them advisement about these acts and talk against it. No, don't know that for myself. I'm one person that I keeps it real 100 like that. I don't play that. And I have plenty of Muslims that we speak against any of these evils. We'll be on membars and talking against it. We're tired of the racism just as much as any one of you. But we got to be clear and concise and 100%, not just talking off the tongue, off the hip, and then you see a couple of this from this little pieces of skits. Oh no, we're not going to play that game. And I'm not saying you play a game, but show stuff. Give us, I mean, even leave. I hope you leave it in the link. I'm gonna check your description. Find if it's in the links. I mean, if there's links there in your description to get to see this footage. I needs proof, and I'm sure everybody else would like the same. So let's go on and see what this guy Kamari is saying. Or
Want our
Kamari.
brothers to speak up, and we should be about race first. It should not be religion or.
Now that he said he wants us to speak up, and I already said right. So as far as what he's saying we should be about race first and not religion. Of course, I choose to differ, and let me tell you why. Because our race shoots and kills each other in the ghetto, so-called ghetto, deprived areas of the rest of the country. Put it that way, urban deprived areas. And that's where most of us live. And even in the ones in the South and the towns, we're deprived in certain areas that are, you know, situated and segregated off. They know who all the blacks live over there and the whites live over there, and the whites live lovely and the blacks live like this. And then you got in between the other nationalities that might share some good of what the whites get because they honor them more than us because we're at the bottom of the totem pole. I know what's going on. But who puts us and keeps us in the bottom of the totem pole? Our own people. Oh, because we're going to give them excuses, but you're not going to give the Muslims that wrong us as well any excuse because they are not this color. So When a brother, pedophile, that this color rapes your sister, or pedophilia molests your sister, you ain't gonna want to take care of him and handle him. I don't think so. I think you're gonna want to handle him. I think you're gonna want him to go to jail. I think you're gonna want him to come to justice. Any one of us that do wrong, you're gonna want us to come to justice, and it goes for that for any human being. Justice has to prevail for any human being doing an injustice act against another human being. I don't care what color you are, because the blood that spills is red. So when you spill that blood, it's going to be red. And it doesn't matter what color you are, it's coming out red. And if it comes out green, you gangrene, pus. Then you whole nother story. Now you're infected and you're about to die anyway. And Allah knows best if you live through that, bleeding that out. Oh, but other than that, we bleeding red. Isn't that what we try to say? Isn't that when Martin Luther King and all these different people's civil rights that y'all talking against, calling coons and stuff like this, because you're extreme pro-black people? That's what you're pretty much going where you're going to. You don't even know you're going there. You're going to be just like the white man, the white racist, white supremacist, because now you want black supremacy. Yeah. That's where your mind is going. You don't even realize. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's get back to the point. Because this guy, he's definitely on that. Trust me, listen to what he's saying. Okay, what's the other one that I covered? I want to cover past this. Let me see. Hold on for a second.
In the ideology for we have to be race first, as the Honorable Marcus Garvey said, race first has to be the agenda.
No, because again, race does go against you as well. So it's not race first. It's your faith, because your faith is over your race. Yeah. And that's how we see it. Because if I know that you're a righteous person, you're a good person, because you live on the standards of what Allah created us to be on, to be righteous and good and just to everyone, and give everybody their rights. Because He says everyone has their haqq, their rights, their truth. The truth of them having rights of another person, I have to give it to them. And I get that from Allah, not just from some laws of man. I got that automatically from the Creator, and also I uphold my rights and make sure that I'm going to be given my rights. That's why they had to try their best to fight against the slaves when the whites were taking white supremacist slave people, who were bringing our people out of Africa into slavery. They had to make sure that they could suppress their belief, and majority of them, the ones that they suppressed, was the Muslim. Why? Because their belief taught justice. Their belief taught freedom, and that I have rights over you. You taking me? No, you can't take me out of here. Bang. But they got the best of my brothers and sisters. That what? Kuta Kente. Yeah. Remember that? Okay. Let's go. Let's move on. We went too far. All right. No, that's too far. Sorry. Okay.
We went from being Uncle Tom's to Uncle Abdullah's. Why was
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Now he's smiling and kind of laughing because the brother said we went from being Uncle Tom's to being Uncle Abdullah's. So meaning, as he says, he's gonna ask him, what does he mean by that? Talking about us not being we went from being lovers of the white man, Uncle Tom's, and now lovers of the Arab, or their Arab faith that they claim. They say their Arab faith, that Islam is an Arab faith, when the predominant or the majority of the Muslims are not Arab. You see, this is the misconception. This is the not having enough knowledge. Okay. So anyway, let's move on. Let him talk.
Uncle Tom's the what?
We went from being Uncle Tom's to Uncle Abdullah's.
Wow.
So
What is a go into detail? What is an Uncle Abdullah?
Uncle Abdullah is a bootlicking, buck dancing, homogenized Arabized Negro who kisses the Arabs behind and wants
Mm,
to be an Arab.
mm,
Doesn't love their black self. Elijah
mm.
Muhammad, although he gave you Islam, it was still black.
You hear that? So he definitely did a nice slander towards people like me and called us what he said. You heard what he said. Don't even have to repeat it. But basically, and it's not. This is not a thing of like, oh, I feel insulted and I'm feeling bad because I know who I am. I know what I am. You can say what you want to say, but the people out there that are hearing that and it's going in their ears, this is part of conditioning. See, we want to take away the brainwash from what would happen by the European, and we want to rewash the brain with our brainwashing. That's what they're doing. Brainwash us against now because they have left religion because they lost their faith. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. That's fine for you. You lost your faith. Fine for you until you meet your maker. Then it's not going to be fine anymore. When you go into that grave, well, because you're alive, and this is the thing, people, because they're alive, that's all they focus on, the dunya, living in this world and whatever it is in this life. But when you die, you don't even realize what's going to happen. There have been people who have died and they came back because Allah didn't take that soul and say, okay, I'm going to bring it all the way out where it won't return. He returned it back. And then they started talking about what they saw and stuff. They saw themselves in hell, whatever, boom, boom, bang. But actuality, they were in that mode close to that death. And Allah gave them a second chance. Now, some of them don't come to Islam. Some of them became professed Christians and practicing Christians because they used to not practice, something like this. But they believed in God after that big time because before that they didn't. They didn't practice it. If they did say they believed in God, in the Creator. But some of us, into this Afrocentricity, Pan-Africanism, this is why I don't promote Pan-Africanism. I don't promote, especially I've been stopped promoting black nationalism because I went through that stuff and being black, everything black, black, black. And I'm not trying to talk down about being black because I'm black. Or I'm not black. I'm not black like this, but, or none of us. But we are from that representation, yes, and people of color, aswad, as they say in Arabic, black, right? And people of color from Africa. I know my heritage. I don't know my DNA all the way fully, how much of this part of Africa I have, or that part of Africa I have. No, I don't know that yet. I'm going to get that when the time comes. But I do know my heritage through my mom's family from Benin, Africa. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the family tree. But anyway, back to the point. Everything is black is right. Just like how the whites who said everything right, everything white is right. No, this is incorrect. This is incorrect. We're just doing the same thing and acting just like them. So anyway, and I'm not. Y'all, I'm not. Y'all don't know where you're going. You need to realize. Okay, let's get to the last part of what he was talking about. Where is he at? He's on 34. Let me see.
He thought he was the original Muhammad. He thought he was he thought he was the Muhammad of the book. He thought he was the black.
Oh, he was talking about, Elijah Muhammad, Fard Muhammad, one of those guys from the past of the Nation of Islam, and the ones who were the forefathers or the founders of it, trying to say that they were original Muhammad. No, because the Quran didn't come to them. And they took a Quran, which is the use of Ali, and they used the Bible as well. It's a cult. It was a cult. That's what it is. It's not Islam. And I spoke about that already. So anyway, now let's go to the next thing that he was talking about. Oh, actually, I can skip past that and go because I spoke about that already. And it was basically talking about the difference of Islam. So let's go to the next one. Hold on for a second. And this is with Dynast Amir. I keep saying dynasty. Dynast Amir, right? He starts saying something about, you'll hear.
African Muslims are being abused by these so-called Arab Muslims. Now I know Dr. York used to call them out.
Now they're saying, like, again, they were saying, and that's the topic. Do the black Muslims talk against or try to go up against and call out, like he's saying, call these evils of these Arabs, what they're doing against our brothers of African descent, and especially Muslims, they're doing this harms and doing the things they've done, even killing the people and like this, and being racist. Like he himself talked about Saudi Arabia, and you come to hear what he says. But anyway,
we know what happened to Dr. York, but
and he used Dr. York. That's the point. He talked about. He said Dr. York called him out. Dr. Malachi York, aka Imam Isa, used to be Muslim, used to follow the Sunnah. Yeah, and he left, and little by little, he got what is called debased. And Allah says this in the Quran. When you disobey Allah and you go astray and do what you want to do and mess up with your desires and fall into putting your desires before Allah, basically, I'm saying with other words, but basis from the Quran is that He will debase you. And look that word up on your own. Do your own research, what it means. And when Allah debases you, meaning you taking you away from your position that you was up there and then bring you down, take away all that, and little by little make you less of than what you was. And he was once at one time was a well-renowned Muslim imam in Brooklyn. And a lot of people followed him and stuff. And then later on, people started realizing and learning about what he was getting into, and he started a cult. He left away from Islam, took himself out of the fold because he started denouncing or started saying he was a prophet's lineage or whatever, even if it may be so, I don't know. But a lot of stuff he was using, and he was breaking the prophet and making books out of the prophets and using his face and superimposing his face on those books as a prophet, or as these prophets that he put his face on there. You would see this. And then he started some stuff talking about some lizard nations that came in from this mothership. It's like something out of Parliament Funkadelic, or, the Nation of Islam is spoken about as well sometimes, and then the 5% Nation, all these different groups, these cult groups that derive and take pieces of Islam, took what they want, like from the Masons. The Masons do it too. Yeah, they mix Islam with Christianity and all these different faiths. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get to the rest. And he said, but look what happened. He said, look what himself. Look what happened to Dr. Malachi York. We all know what happened to him. Debased, because you mess with your Lord. That's right. And the same with our people. We lost a lot, talking about slavery and all that. Why did it happen? Was it because of debasement? Because we disobeyed Allah? Because of things we still doing, dancing around, shaking our butts? Like that? Like we first saw. Okay. When we're going to be respectful, stop riding on poles and grinding our hips, thinking that that's what Allah is pleased with in front of the men, showing the men. It's one thing you dancing with women in a nice function of marriage or something that goes on, ceremony thing, and the women around and they're dancing with each other and they're enjoying themselves. But you're doing that in front of the men, and you're listening to music that are made with machines that the Kafirs made. But these white, as y'all call the white man, the white cracker, like this guy said. Yeah, okay. I see some hypocrisy, and I have to say it. Anyway, let me go on. 40. Okay.
Africans. And so our brothers from Guinea, even from Guinea, Liberia,
Mauritania.
yeah,
Those slavery
Mauritania.
still going on.
Yeah, I'm saying our brothers from Guinea, Mali, the Gambia, who go over there think, oh, these are Muslim brothers. They won't do you like this. So they actually they have you sleeping with the animals.
Hmm.
So when an Arab sees you, he refers you to as Abid, slave. He don't look.
And it's referred to abd, and it is called, it is a word to say slave. But when they say slave, now that's the thing that I don't like, and that's stereotypical biasness, and it's all backed by, like I said, all the emotions and the mental slavery and the victimization, and they're darting at everybody who did them wrong, okay, and I understand it. I hope the brother get over it, and all the Muslim, the people who are having this problem, because y'all got to get up and wake up and get healed. And Allah got the healing. The solution is Islam. Yep, I've I've been healed. I'm not fully healed, but I've been healed past that, and I'm not crying and going back. I get upset sometimes because stuff that they still doing now. Yeah, just like this, I will get upset at what I heard and these people what they're doing, and I'm against them for what they've done. But I need proof still too. Okay, so now also he's saying this, that we are, slaves to them, and they when they say that abd, you think that they're saying slave, that we're their slave. No, not all of the Arab brothers think that way. Maybe some. Some have racism, yes. I know it. I've been there. I've been in the Arab lands, and I've seen it. I've witnessed it, bore witness, but not all of them. I broke bread with some of my brothers. They shared, they gave, they paid for me to do this. They gave me respect. And I know plenty of brothers that can vouch for that. And it depends on what you're doing while you're there too. See, the story is not always told on both ends. And that's the thing that I need. I need both stories told. We need to have the people there. We need to have a court case. We need to have them bring their position, bring their what they did, and then also the story of the person who's supposedly the victim, and clarify this stuff. Okay, so, and then the government officials or the people in charge, the authorities that run that sector of that area with that this took place. These things took place. This is what it's supposed to be. Not just talk on the YouTube video and just run in your mouth. Okay, let me see. Let's move on. And forgive me, people, that I may see, but like me, I'm a brother that's humble when it needs to be. And when it doesn't need to be, where it gets to is just getting out of hand because they keep doing this, They gotta be exposed. They gotta be stopped. I'm not gonna stop them because Allah is the one who's gonna protect His faith. Some of these people are gonna get it, and they don't know when they're gonna get it. It's gonna be coming at them in different ways. They might have a calamity. They might have this. Especially, be careful because you can get cursed by the Creator for the people who do wrong to Him and His people in the faith. And this is the stuff that causes people to come at the Muslims and harm, because this type of talk. It's serious. It's really serious. First, we start with disrespect, just like the white people did to us, disrespect to us, talking down. We're not worth this, and we're not worth that. We're a bunch of niggers. Now you calling the Arabs. Now you want to try to kill. Eventually, you're going to try to kill our Arab brothers. You want to take over Saudi Arabia. This is stuff you're hearing here. It's crazy. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Let him go.
Look at you as a brother. You a slave. And the Arab is race first. He gonna look out for himself first. He don't give a damn.
Wrong. Like I said, I got fed by brothers, not for me to work for them or nothing. I wasn't a servant. I wasn't a slave. None of that. So that's a fallacy. So let's move on.
About your Islam. You don't give a damn how good you can say Assalamu alaikum, rahmatullah, barakatuh.
Didn't even
You're
say
a
it right.
nigga to Arabs. It's like the Klan didn't care how much you could praise Jesus or how many.
Okay, so let's move on to the next thing.
Nigga. That's what they look at you at. They have no love for black people, no respect for black people.
Wrong.
Let me ask you this: what are your thoughts on Hajj? Like African Muslims, Black Muslims going all the way to racist Saudi Arabia.
You hear that? Dynast Amir called the whole country, when you say racist Saudi Arabia, you didn't say the racist Arab people in Saudi Arabia or some of the racists, those who are racist in Saudi Arabia, like some of those who are racist in Africa, some of those who are racist in Asia, some of them, those who are racist in America. But you put it all in one bowl. Put everybody together in the same place with your statement, Dynast Amir. You're not being responsible, bro. You're losing. You're going to be losing a lot of the Muslims that have integrity, like myself, mashallah, tabarakwata. I have no choice but to have it because that's what we're raised up as Muslims. And I grew up to have integrity just from the family that raised me as well, and they were not Muslim. So you dealing with the wrong person right now, and saying the things that are going to just get yourself into a position where people are going to expose you for what you are, and it's coming out to seem like you're a bigot, a religious bigot. I mean, a non-religious bigot. Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether you're black or white or any color, because religious bigots can be of any color, or non-religious bigots, meaning you atheists and you don't believe in any other faiths that we profess as believing in the Abrahamic God of Abraham, right? Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna just let it
To
go.
participate in Hajj. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, let me just say before I answer the question, uh, I'm not here to attack Islam
Hmm.
or attack anybody's religion. I think everybody has the right to their religion.
Right.
Race first.
He's not attacking it in a way that it's a very vicious attack, but he's like subtly attacking it, meaning chipping away at its precept, chipping away with ignorance because he doesn't have a lot of knowledge, and some of it he doesn't even realize. So he's making statements, he's making stereotypical statements, and talking that what Islam is not. So this is an attack. It might not be a frontal attack, but he's going around and he's chipping away, and especially at the belief as to say that it shouldn't be first, but the people should be first. So that right there, this is against Islam. You're going against it. You're talking against it because you're saying no. That doesn't have no precedence over me. My people, we have precedence over. It doesn't make no sense. Like you have precedence over yourself. Yeah, you're your own master. Okay, so destiny, master of your own destiny, and that's why you can't stop from getting COVID or getting sick. Just like the 5% used to say. You know what I'm saying? God body. You think you a God. So then stop your death. Stop sickness. Stop having to go to the bathroom. Stop. Stop. Stop having to get hungry. Stop needing to drink water for the rest of your life. Don't drink no water because you're perfect. Right? Okay, let's go and move on.
However, what you said, but I don't think no African should be going to Hajj because of their genocide against the Africans and the mistreatment of Africans for our own safety. I
Mm-hmm.
think that we should not be going to a place that's killing our people, massacring our people, that practice racial discrimination. We should not attend because God cannot dwell in a place where so much evil and wickedness is going on at right now. So I know that if you believe in the Most High, He can't be pleased with that. So why should we uh, jeopardize our people's lives in interacting with these sand rats?
You see what they call them? You call them sand rats. You know what the white man calls them ragheads. So how much different are you, bro? Chief Kamari or Kamara, whatever your name is. How much different are you from your supposedly oppressors? Because they, of course, we know of them as being still oppressors now today. And I shouldn't say supposedly, they are suppressors. So that's my error right there. Let's correct that. Suppressors, right? The oppressor. The oppressor. You're just like them, only to that extent for what you said and how you slander a people. Yeah, sad. Okay, so anyway, and you think you're going to be successful? No, no, no. Let's finish up this. I think it's pretty much finished. Here we have 42. Okay.
Hmm. So what's? Oh, okay. Somebody said play the video of CHP. Is that?
Okay, we're going to go past that. We're going to get up to where I want to kind of finish up at, because going past, it looks like we're about to be past 50 minutes.
Listen, which is completely fine if that's what you want. But I'm just seeing them deviate from the complete separation. Super Michael 2164. Go ahead.
What's going on, family? Excuse me. What's going on, family? What's going on, Prince Dynast Amir and Chief Kana? What's your name, brother? Kanara?
Chief Kamara, yes,
Kanara. Okay.
Kamara, yes,
No, no, and thanks for the spirit of the conversation. I am in the NOI, but I do disagree with you, brother. And what I'm going.
This is a guy from the Nation of Islam, and he's disagreeing with Kamari, Chief Kamari, and they get into it. They go into different directions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go past it and just get to this guy over here real quick. Well, actually, I don't even have to get into these other people because it just doesn't make any sense. A lot of the stuff they're talking about, I watched the video and I was watching it. I kind of got into as much as I could. They just get into talking negative like this brother did, Kamari, Chief Kamari, and spoke against, and then even Dynast Amir made the statement of racist Saudi Arabia, where Islam started at. So the whole country is racist. Like they're allowing people from all these different nationalities come into their country and worshiping. That sounds so, doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. How are they racist? And they doing that? Oh, because of money? Oh no, it's not just money. It's not just money. It's the belief. It's the belief. Know that. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna stop there, and I apologize to anybody for if I said anything that made them feel some type of way. I'm not apologizing for what I said, because as long as it is not an error against Islam and against Allah, I didn't slander anybody and call anybody like names like this guy was saying, sand niggers or whatever the heck you call them, and all this different slander. This is uncalled for. This is uncalled for. This is irresponsible. This is not to help and raise our people up to a better level. And these people should be rejected. They should be rejected. Even Dynast for putting a platform out like that. And he's been doing stuff like this anyway. I mean, some of the stuff I really enjoyed from him, like he had a guy about cryptocurrency, how to teaching people to get into cryptocurrency to better themselves, businesses in Africa and stuff. Why can't people just stay with that? But you have to chip away at the faith because you don't want to have to be where you feel suppressed because you want to have freedom to go into these lands that are predominantly Muslim, most of them in West Africa, and try to do your thing and not have to feel like, oh, well, the Muslims are going to come in and they're going to put their Sharia in and they're going to suppress us. So we got to make sure we remove them. I know your games. I know the plans. I'm not stupid. And other Muslims that are like me are not stupid. Be aware, but it's sad because we want to get along with everybody. Muslims like myself, we want to get along. We want to help to build together and this and like this, and then have nation of people living amongst each other and say, okay, you live in this. This is predominantly Muslim land. As long as you live by the rules that who's ruling under, you under them, and abide by those rules. But you can live freely and do your thing in your home and whatever like this, and have your, if there was an established place of worship already there for you before, Islam came, like in Ethiopia, then you have your places. You don't have rights to destroy them, to take them away, to remove them. No, like not like how your stuff that I've heard in the show you was talking about. And some of you just watch this video. Watch this video again. Let me look back again. Sorry, hold on for a second because it's posted up there. Oh, is Black Muslim leadership silent about African genocide in the Arab world? Yeah. But anyway, appreciate you listening. Don't forget, some of you came in and subscribed because it helps you to get in the loop and to see other videos that are pretty much the same. And I do other videos on other, excuse me, I'm a little bit tired there, on other subjects like cryptocurrency, business, finance. And I do videos, and I'm supposed to be doing videos soon, inshallah, about health. And I've done maybe 2 of them, I can say. I did an introductory video about my business that is in line with healthy products, healthy natural products that me and my wife make and we sell. So we'll get into that. But subscribe and click the like button and share the video out. This is for help for the people that are trying to see clearly how these people are. I'm trying to bring clarification. I'm trying to expose their stuff with this reaction because it has to be. It has to stop. That stuff has to stop. The discord that's been going on, the stuff that I spoke about, and I even vouched for a brother that y'all know, many people know very well, and talked about the discord that's going on between the YouTubers and stuff like this, in a sense of back and forth to each other. But he's not talking about that. He's right now they're against the Arabs, and our Arab brothers, the Muslims, Islam. Yeah, even though he says he's not against Islam, this guy Kamar. Yeah, I don't play blind because I'm not, and I'm going to show you that I'm not. But anyway, mashallah, tabarak wa ta'ala, may Allah guide us and correct our affairs, Allahumma ameen. And you guys have a great day. Until next time, I'll see you soon, inshallah. Peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons. Assalamu alaikum. Are you ready? Let's get it.